Now, if you're somebody who's heard about Motor Club America and probably heard about the income potential, and people who may have been in it or maybe not in it have heard about the matrix, about people who are going to be able to retire potentially in 1 to 2 years, if not significantly less time, they're like, what is this all about? Well, I'm going to tell you about what it's about. That's what I'm going to do right now. Now, first of all, Motor Club America is a company that provides motor club benefits to its members. The company has been around since 1926, and they provide all these type of benefits right here. We're going to show you all these benefits. Look at all this good stuff you're going to get. You know, the roadside assistance, which covers the most common one. You know, you've got a lot of roadside assistance for a variety of vehicles. You've got travel reimbursement. You've got discounts on travel, bail bonds in case you do something you maybe shouldn't have done or whatnot. You've got fees to help protect and defend you, stolen vehicle reward in case your vehicle is stolen. You've got credit card protection to protect against unauthorized use of your cars. You've got discounts on your prescription, your dental, your teeth as well. I'm going to skip this particular row for a second, but you also have ER benefits, so you have $500 to help pay for costs such as ambulance rides in case something does happen to you in an emergency. Again, it could be at home, work, play. It doesn't have to be in a car. And that's one thing I want to stress to you, that you don't have to have an automobile to have these things. As you notice here, there are a lot of things that roadside assistance, but a lot of these have nothing to do with your car. So whether or not you have a car, method of transportation is irrelevant to you having a membership. You know, your accidental death benefits, daily hospital benefits, again, that pays you $150 a day to cover lodging costs in case you have to get hospitalized. Death coverage as well. Now, these are all the default benefits you get for having a Motor Club America membership. I'm going to come back just in a second. Now, when you join Motor Club America, if you join the Total Security Plan, which I'm going to do this live here, you know, it's $19.95 a month to join. And you pay for your first and last months when you first join. So when you first join, you pay $39.90, which is your first and last month, and of course it's a recurring cost of $19.95 a month. Just that alone gives you all those amazing benefits. Now, one of its benefits is its referral program, which people are like, hey, referral program? You've heard about programs that have referral programs, all that kind of good stuff, but this referral program actually pays you. So if you have a friend or neighbor or somebody at church or at your workplace that you're like, hey, you know, I've joined Motor Club America, I want you to take advantage of it because it has amazing benefits. Do you realize that every time you join someone else under you, the company will pay you $80 per person for bringing them in to Motor Club America? That's right, $80. Yes, it is hard to believe, but yes, they will pay you an $8 commission for every person that you bring in. And it actually grows from there. You get $8 per person. If you happen to be somebody that can get 5 people in a week, they give you a $2 pay raise. In fact, your pay can go as high as $90 per person every single week. The company pays you weekly every Friday via direct deposit. Every single week you get paid direct deposit. So every Friday you can look at all your income coming in there. Now, this is just an optional. If you're someone who just loves the benefits and wants to have the membership, hey, you don't have to refer anybody. It's not mandatory. This is just one of those extra perks they have that the company provides for people that are an active member and valued member of them. They're like, hey, if you're going to provide us more business, hey, we're going to pay you to do that. So, of course, we're talking about $39.90 join, $19.95 a month recurring, $8 for every person you refer every week, and you get paid weekly via direct deposit. I mean, how could you not go with this? But you may be here for the whole thing about the platinum. You've heard about this platinum. You've heard about this matrix income. You know, you hear about this matrix income and people becoming a platinum member. Yes, and we're talking about the difference becomes substantial. We're going from, in addition, now remember, this is, all of this will be extra income. Now, I myself, you know, I'm making a few $100s extra a week. You know, I have a current job right now, and I'm doing this as an additional stream of income for myself. So, you know, it's wonderful for me. This is wonderful for me. But imagine if you could earn the $80 commissions for you referring people into Motor Club America. Plus, you can earn the extra income when you become a Matrix member. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's an upgrade. So you will actually upgrade yourself to a higher plan. Now, the plan is not just for the matrix income. It also gives you these additional benefits. You get legal discounts now. In case you need to have a lawyer for a reason, to get discounted rate, $75 consultation, and you get a lot of auto discounts at a lot of major places that you can get your oil change or car service done. They give you discounts as well with that. So you get more benefits, but I think the most lucrative benefit is the ability to become part of the matrix and earn matrix residual income. I'm talking about income that you receive every single month just for having your membership. Yeah, just for having your membership. Just for having your membership. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Now let's just say, here I am. I'm the little red guy. It could be you if you're upgrading. So let's just say I come into the plan. I decided to join the matrix plan. Now, when you join the matrix, this is a separate stream of income in addition to your $8 referral income. So when you first become a part of the matrix, it's just yourself. Now the key I want you to remember is that when you bring people in, you can only have 3 people. It can only be 3 people below each person. Only 3 people. So if I bring in my first 3 people, which I'm just going to do right now magically, bam! They're my first 3 people in green. We're going to call that my first generation. They're going to call my first generation of people. So let's just say, Betty, Sue, and Tom, whomever they may be. So I bring them all in, and they all, as well, are platinum members. They are on the platinum total security plan. So, of course, if I highlight this, as you can see, when I first start, I refer 3 people. Look at these columns. It may look confusing, but don't let it confuse you, because trust me, you're going to love these columns in a few minutes. So when I bring in my first 3 people, I'm here. Now just to show you overall, this little chart is basically representing the fact that each month a person only brings in 3 people. No more and no less. Just 3 people. And after that, they never do a thing again. I'm not saying being lazy, but that's what this hypothetical example is based off of. Just 3 people into the Total Security Platinum plan. So let's just say in my first month, I bring in 3 people who all become Total Security Platinum members. Wonderful. Now look at the chart. It says that under reward dollars columns, I've earned nothing. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Let's say that each of these 3 people, each of them, again in the next month, they bring in 3 people themselves. Well, of course, that means that there are 3 people below this green guy, 3 below this one, 3 below that one. And of course, they all fall underneath me. So now we have a change in my matrix level here, because now I have not just referred 3 people, but those 3 people have also referred 3 people. Now, the people on the green are called my first generation. The wonderful thing about the matrix is, well, you'll find out in just a second. Because I referred my first 3, which I earned nothing, and then my first generation, they've all referred 3, I now have earned reward dollars of 60 cents. And you're like, oh wow, 60 cents, yeah, I can really retire off that. It's a starting point. It's just like anything. Everything grows from somewhere. Apple way back in the early 90s, late 80s, when they were just pennies. And people are like, oh, Apple's not going to be much of anything. Don't you wish you would have bought some stock in Apple way back then? Back in the early 90s? You're talking about a stock that you can get for 5 cents then, that's worth between $600 and $700 now. Do you realize people would have been millionaires right now? But this kind of thing actually can make you a millionaire in just a much less amount of time. Let's continue on, shall we? So I get 60 cents, and this is a monthly commission. I get this every single month. Now, as my team continues to grow, let's actually take my team here, and we're going to duplicate them. Oh, it's a magic. Gotta love copy and paste. So now what I've done is I'm actually going to take these people, and let's assume that everybody in my second generation has now referred someone else. Let's give them a different color, shall we? And we're going to give them a nice little orange. So we're going to call this my third generation. And now if 3 people each refer 3, that becomes 9 people now at each level. Now, of course, what does that mean? When I look at my little chart here, now my second generation has now referred 3 people each. So now I actually move down another rung on my ladder. And now look, the company now pays me $2.40 in reward dollars. But the wonderful, lucrative thing about this is that it pays 100% matching for people on your first and second level. Look at this, first generation matching. So remember when I got my first 3 and they got 3, I got 60 cents? Well, guess what? Now I earn 60 cents. Notice the green highlighting here. Green represents the earnings of my first generation, and purple represents the earnings of my second generation. And remember, on my first generation I have 1, 2, 3 people. On my second generation I have 3, 6, 9 people. So keep that in mind. So whatever amount you see in green, I'm going to earn that times 3. Whatever amount you see in purple, I will earn that times 9, because there are 9 people in my second generation. So now when we have our chart like this, I have now earned $2.40 in matching. And because of the matching for the first generation, there are 3 people there. I earned 60 cents on each of them. I've earned $1.80 more, giving me a cumulative total of $4.21. Now, of course, this is actually rounded, so that's why you may see a difference of a penny. But hey, those pennies can add up. So yeah, we're at $4.21 a year, a month that is. It's growing, isn't it? It's growing from 60 cents. And remember, this is based on just every person only referring 3 people and just maintaining their membership. People, this is one of those things where if you just upgrade to platinum and just maintain your membership, you will build extra income, and you don't necessarily have to go out and recruit anybody. You know, you can actually get all these people and not do anything. Like, how is that? Well, let's keep on going. Let's just say that all my lovely people here in my third generation, each of those 9 people, those 9 and those 9, each refer somebody. So of course, if 9 people each refer 3, we're looking at now 27 people. 27 people we're talking about now. Of course, we're going to also give them another color, and we'll just plop them over to, we like the blue. So now we move down again, and what happens? If we move down again now my third generation has each referred 3 people. So now this group becomes my fourth generation. Now the money grows up a little bit more. The company pays me $7.82, and because I get first and second generation matching, first generation is worth $2.40 a person. The first generation is worth $2.40 a person, and the second generation is worth 60 cents a person. When you add it all up, you got $7.82, $7.21, and $5.41 for the first and second gen matching, giving me $20 a month. So the money's starting to get a little higher now. This is in addition to your $80 referral income. In addition to it. Now let's just say this, we're not going to bounce through every single level, whatnot, but let's just say as time passes, you know, all these people in my fourth generation refer 3 people, then all those people refer 3, and they all refer 3, etc., etc., etc. Let's fast forward, shall we? Now remember, we're assuming that people just are referring just 3 people. Each person can only have 3 people underneath them. We're only referring 3 people. I want to make sure that you understand that. So let's just fast forward to my 8th generation, shall we? Now when we do our math here, we're going to end up with 729 people here, 729 here, and 729 here. Now I skipped the 5th through 7th generation. We're going to save a little time here because, again, the only difference is that each person is referring 3 people. Each person continues to refer 3 people. And to help you out, we'll break out the calculator here, just to show you how the math works. So on my 4th generation, if each person refers 3 people, 27 people, 3 people each, there's 81. Which of course, if we move that down to 81, that plops you down to that spot. Forgot the rest of the crew. Alrighty, and if we do it again, we're at 243, which moves me down to here, which means my 5th generation has each referred 3. We do it one more time, and there is a 729, which will be my 8th generation of people. Which means that of course I'm sorry, not my 8th generation. I fast forward just a tad too far. My 7th generation. That now means that I am now down to this level where my 6th generation has referred to 3 people. And now look at my income now. The company has paid me $559.72. Remember, they're still matching. Remember, 1st and 2nd generation matching. Remember these 3 guys way back up here? Well, now look at them. Because they're just one level below me, I earned $413 for each of them, and the purple guys, my 2nd generation, earned $24.05 for each of them. When you add up all these numbers, we are now looking at a pretty healthy residual income of $2,017 each month I get in addition to myself referring people to Motor Club of America. If the 7th generation continues on like the other ones did, if each of them refers 3 people, you plop that down one more level on the ladder. Now look what happens. Look what happens now, people. The money starts to get impressive. We are talking about more than the average person makes in the United States. We have 2,187 people now because each of those 729 refers. But remember, everybody is still only referring 3 people. And notice, not once have I said somebody is only referring 10 people, or to return 10 people instead. This is assuming that everybody is only referring 3 people. Just 3 people. Look at the numbers now in that column. Do you see what I'm talking about now? Now we're looking at $997 the company pays me in reward dollars. But with the 1st and 2nd generation matching, those 1st and 2nd generations now become even more valuable to me. $1,679 for those 3 combined, and $3,700 now for my 2nd generation gives me $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month. And this is just to maintain the membership. All these people you see here, in my 1st to 8th generation, they refer to 3 people each and did nothing else. They didn't continue to go out and recruit more and more people. That's just what they did. But guess what? If those 8th generation people do the exact same thing, I have now capped out to the 8th generation. And now, if everybody in my 8th generation refers 3 people, with a total of 6,561 people underneath each of these people, look at the income. We're talking about $15,000 a month just for people maintaining and having an active platinum membership. You don't have to do any kind of selling. Once you have your membership active for platinum, you can get all this. I'm capped out by my 8th generation. You can only go 8 levels deep, but guess what? If I'm 8 levels deep, the people I brought in, hey, they're only 7. Well, what happens when they max out? Well, guess what? Look at the numbers now. The company pays me $75.72 in reward dollars, but guess what? Each person in my 1st generation also receives $7,572. And there are 3 of them there, totaling $22,000 plus a 2nd generation. The money gets ridiculous. And of course, if those 3 people are making that, and then the people in my 2nd generation also max out their matrix, I have maxed out my income, people. We're looking at $98,000 per month just from people maintaining and having an active platinum membership. Do you see why the time to get in is now? Wouldn't you much rather be one of these people way at the top where you can benefit from all the people coming into the program than being somebody that came in on somebody's 8th generation way at the bottom and you have to basically wait? Again, this is not overnight. But again, this hypothetical example is based on less than 1 year. Imagine if you upgrade to platinum or join Motor Club America and got yourself a platinum membership. And just think if each month everybody you brought in 3 people, the next month they all brought in 3, etc. Do you realize that before, just say you did this starting January 2013, which is right around the corner. Do you realize that by this time next year, or maybe just a tad after, if this happened, just everybody referring 3 people into the matrix, do you realize this? Do you realize that your monthly income by December of next year will be $98,000? That is more than double the average income of anyone residing in the United States. you would be a millionaire. You would have a millionaire salary, and all you had to do was maintain an active membership with Motor Club of America, which already gives you all these amazing benefits, and the company just decides to say, you know what, we're going to reward our people with income that they'll be able to retire from potentially within 1 year or less just for maintaining their active membership. Do you see why it's so valuable right there? We have people right now, the top earners in this program are in their 20s. They're in their 20s. They're in their 20s and 30s. The time to plan for your future is now, not later. You know, if you're going to get insurance on yourself, you don't wait until the accident happens to buy insurance. It's not going to happen. You have to act prior to that. So if you're somebody that can see the big picture and realize that, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself because, you know what, I want to have a feature for myself where, you know, I can do what I want to when I want to. I don't have to answer anybody else. You know, I don't have to be stuck in the tie downs of a job and be expected to perform a certain way or have to adhere to certain rules all the time. I want to be able to do what I want to do. You can be in business for yourself. Even with the $80 referral membership that you can get right here, which is already, I mean, this alone is making people, you know, multiple thousands per week just on the $8 referral memberships. Oh, by the way, did you also know that the people on your membership, if you refer someone in, they refer someone, you actually earn income off of them as well? You know, $6 per person. All of this income on top of the matrix benefit. But guess what? All these numbers you see here, you cannot get any of them if you do not upgrade or acquire the Total Security Platinum plan. This will just be a dream until you actually take action. This is not one of the things where you wait for all your friends to get in. You get in now. You get in now. Can you think to yourself right now, imagine if right now you got in, and if everybody brought in just 3 people, that within a calendar year, you could be sitting here with $7,000 per month, matching on your first and second, giving you almost $100,000 a month. Think about that. But you know how this is even easier? Guess what? If we look way back up here in your first generation, you know, let's say I bring in my first 3 people. Now, when you join, guess what? You fall underneath somebody yourself. You may not know who it is. It could be your original sponsor who you joined in under here. But what if they didn't take action? Well, guess what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. They're going to be late to the game. I guess they should have upgraded. So let's just say that you're under somebody. But let's just say there's somebody way up here above you that decided to upgrade. Well, they already have their first 3 people. Remember, you can only have 3 people across. Well, guess what happens? If you already have your first 3 people, they have to go underneath somebody, and they get plopped in the first or next available spot that's available, which may be, it may be right here below that person. It's called spillover, people. This is spillover. Do you realize that if anyone above you gains somebody else in addition to, say, those 3 people I talked about, let's say I referred 10 people in, well, guess what? They're going to have to fall somewhere. They're going to end up falling below you. If somebody above you has just one of the most amazing weeks and, say, brings in 25 people into Motor Club of America on the Platinum Matrix plan, and they already have their first 3 people, they are going to spill over somewhere below them. Below them could be below you, which will, guess what, help you build up your matrix. Remember that. If you are a victim of spillover, it is a great thing. However, you want to make sure that if you have a spillover, it would be more beneficial to have it on a lower level because, of course, you get paid 100% matching on your first and second generation. So, of course, you really want to focus on bringing them all in. But no matter what happens, you're still going to get your matrix income. And by 100% matching, guess what? Let's say this guy right here, he happens to get a check for, say, let's just say his $2,000 check a month. But guess what? With 100% matching, you get that check as well. That's right. You get 100% matching on everybody that you personally refer in. Doesn't matter what level they fall on, you get 100% check matching. So this is kind of like an extra drive to really bring in those people you can, because you realize that if you brought in everybody on your first level, and as opposed to these 3 people bringing in their 3, imagine if you referred all 9 of these people on your second generation. That means from all 12 of these people, you would receive 100% check match for each person every month, in addition to your own matrix income, in addition to the money that you get from referring people to Motor Club America at $80 per person. Do you see how lucrative this can be? Wouldn't you much rather be this person here? Do you realize that everybody below you, if they bring in anybody in as well, they're going to automatically fall underneath you? Doesn't matter. Some of your 7th generation could bring in 50 people. But guess what? No matter where those 50 people are, being the fact that you have already upgraded to platinum as well as all these other people, all 50 of those people will fall somewhere below you. And that will only help to increase your matrix income. People, the time to act is now. It's just that simple. You get into the matrix, you will be benefiting from this in the future. It could be in 2 weeks. It could be in 2 years. But guess what? It's going to happen. It's guaranteed to happen. Do you realize that there are over 5 million people in Motor Club America? Do you realize that if everybody in Motor Club America upgraded right now, there would be so many millionaires right now? Do you realize that? Do you realize how many people, if everybody upgraded right now and just maintained their membership, didn't sell anything? Let's just say they kept their membership. Do you realize how many people will be sitting there on there at that $6,000 monthly income level, or that $15,000 monthly income level? I don't think you all realize that. There would be so many people making probably more money than they made in their job compared to the average American. I don't want to leave you out either, Canada. Remember, you can benefit from this as well as everybody in Puerto Rico. It's open to all those countries. This is a fortune. This is what they call retirement income. This is the retirement matrix. If you take action and upgrade now, trust me, you will not regret your decision over the next 12 months. Remember, you're still getting all the benefits of your Motor Club membership anyway, and you're still making $80 for every person you bring into the program. But imagine if you bring in someone as well to the Motor Club America and the Platinum plan, you get the $80 for the person you refer as well as the matrix benefit of them, and they get it as well. See, if you bring somebody in, you help yourself and anybody below you potentially. If someone above you bring in, well, potentially they could spill over into your matrix, which of course will benefit you and maybe anyone else that person fell under. Take action now, people. Join the Motor Club America membership. This is just an extra $1.60 a month. Come on now, isn't your future worth $1.66 or 60 cents more? The Matrix membership, if you want to upgrade to Platinum, if you are already a Motor Club membership, all you have to do is pay to upgrade. $39.99 if you want to upgrade to the Platinum. $39.99 a month. $39.99 a month for your Platinum membership. This is why you need to go Platinum, people. Do you realize that $39.99 a month? I mean, think about it. If we compare it about, oh, it's too expensive. Do you look at the math here? The last time I checked, $80 is more than $39.99. If you brought in just one person to Motor Club America a month, you've already paid for your membership for 2 months. Do you see that? Just joining. If you join at just the lower level, one person has already paid for your membership. You know, and not to mention, when you start getting these award dollars, when you start getting up in the reward dollars, even if you disregard your other income, your matrix income will pay for it as well. Invest in your future. No one else is going to worry about you except yourself. You want to take action? You need to take action. Don't wait for someone else. Don't be that person that you're just following others. If anybody, follow me and do like I did an upgrade. But don't wait. You'll be late. It's that simple. The time to act is now, people. If you want to take advantage of your future and within a calendar year up to 24 months, if you could look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm willing to invest in my future and realize that this is what I've been waiting for. Motor Club America has been around since 1926. They're not going anywhere. They're providing benefits and income potential. The action is there, people. The time of act is now. I'm done talking. If you don't think the Matrix is for you, I think you're mistaken. But if you're going to be like me and the thousands of other people who have already upgraded to the Matrix, and that we know that in the future we're going to be financially set, come on and join the ride, people. I'll see you at the top. You all have a blessed day, and hopefully you have made the decision that now is the time for you to upgrade to the Motor Club America Platinum membership. $39.99 a month, $8 for every person you refer, weekly deposit every day, every Friday. Your Matrix income is paid every single month on the 15th of every month. You have income coming from all sorts of angles, as well as all these amazing benefits the program and company provides. Take action, people.